Despite 26 years of Employment Equity Act and various black economic empowerment policies being in place, transformation continues to move slowly in the country. That says the BBBE Commission's latest Employment Equity Annual Report has highlighted that 2 out of 3 top managers in the country remain white. Employment Equity Director at the Labour Department, Ntsoaki Mamashela, discusses this with us. Thank you so much for your time. A starting point really should be what is causing the delays in terms of the pace at which employment equity is taking place in this country.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ndlovu and your viewers. The pace of transformation is taking longer than we have anticipated in 1998 when the Employment Equity Act was introduced. And mostly if you look at the reasons that are advanced when we had engagements with different sector stakeholders, is that at top management and senior management, they are looking for a particular set of skills, which is a scarce skill in relation to getting people that are suitably qualified to occupy this strategic decision-making positions in our different organizations in the different sectors. However, what is concerning is that it's now 26 years of employment equity and almost the same 26 years of skills development, but we are still crying that there is a shortage of skill. I think it needs determination and commitment from the executives that are decision makers that are holding the executive positions to actually shift their mindset and give equal opportunities to people that are coming from the designated groups, those that were previously disadvantaged, in particular Africans, women, and persons with disabilities, because we cannot now be lamenting that we cannot find the suitably qualified candidates from the black people, women, and persons with disabilities when we had all these transformative pieces of legislation over 26 years of being incepted. The Skills Development Act accompanied by the Employment Equity Act, because I think it needs people that are committed and have a will to drive transformation to make a change in our labor market.
The skills issue really is far of a bigger problem than for employment equity alone in this country. The Amendment Act itself regarding EE, where do we stand with that process? Because that also could be a hindrance.
Remember last year, the President actually signed the Employment Equity Amendment Bill into law on the 6th of April 2023. What is pending right now is just the proclamation notice on the commencement of that EE Amendment Act of 2022. And we believe that embedded in that EE Amendment Act is the setting of sector targets, which can become a catalyst to actually driving change in our workplaces, in particular in the 4 upper management levels of our different organizations, because we can see that although the transformation needle has moved, it is actually moving at a very snail pace, and we need to do something to change how we drive transformation in our workplaces. And the self-regulation actually of setting targets for black people, women, and persons with disabilities has actually contributed to the slow pace of transformation that we see. And we are getting ready to actually request the President in the new administration to relook at publishing the notice to give effect to these amendments, because we cannot wait any longer to drive transformation and expedite the pace.
Lastly, what's to be said about the reportage of meeting the set targets by the corporate sector in this country, where it's going to have a direct impact in some sort of progress when it comes to employment equity?
We believe that now that we are actually regulating the 4 the targets, the targets for different sectors at the 4 upper levels, which are very significant decision-making levels, will be able to change the composition of the workforce, in particular at top, senior, middle management, and skilled technical, because right now you can tell that those management levels are racialized and gendered. It's a male-dominated area, and again, it's still a white-dominated areas of our organizations. And you see in the report, the Commission also laments the underrepresentation of persons with disabilities, which is hovering around 1.2% if you look in both the public sector and the private sector. And we believe that with the sector targets, we'll be able to shift the needle and fast track the pace of transformation. And it will also do good to see that women also ascend to positions of power, strategic positions at senior management and top management, because we have enough pool of professionally qualified women sitting at middle management and skilled technical levels. However, they seem to have reached the glass ceiling and not ascending to positions of power at senior and top management.
So much more still needs to be done in this country to reach that playing field that is level with regards to EE. Thank you so much for your time. That is Ntsoaki Mamashela from the Labour Department talking to us about the latest report on employment equity in this country.